am by myself here this afternoon. I know you're disappointed that Miss Gemma's not with me, and I hope the sound is working. So if you're listening live, will you let me know? The last, 2 out of the last 3 videos that we've done has had no sound. So I don't want to talk too much before I know if you can hear me. So if you're live watching, would you let me know? Thanks. Okay. So we are here on this rainy Thursday afternoon, and I wanted to share with you how we teach our students to greet us in the morning. And hi, I see some people are watching live. If you could let me know if you can hear me, I would really appreciate it. Sometimes the sound on my Facebook Live videos doesn't work, and I can't figure out, there's nothing I'm doing differently with my phone. Will you let me know, please? Thank you. Oh, you can you hear me, Wanda? Oh, good. Okay, I think we're good. Hello. Hi. Okay, I think the sound is working. My fingers are crossed. Oh, good. Okay, super. So this afternoon, I wanted to just pop in for thank you. You don't have to let me know now if you're watching it on replay. Thanks, everybody who's watching live. I appreciate it. Okay, we're good. So this afternoon, I wanted to share with you a technique that we use to teach our students how to greet us. Some of our students struggle with language. Some of them are just young, they're 3, and this is maybe the first time they've interacted with people outside of their family. Sometimes students are shy, or the children just don't know what's appropriate. You know, they give their mom a kiss in the morning, but that's not exactly appropriate for a teacher or a friend at school. So we like to be really explicit and teach them some different appropriate ways to greet their teachers and their friends at school. This is an idea that, well, we've always kind of given them some options for greeting us when they come in, but it's really an idea that's been defined really well by Dr. Becky Bailey in Conscious Discipline. And so we've kind of taken that idea and made it work for us here at Play to Learn Preschool. And so I'm going to show you how we teach them 2 different methods. And the first one is this fantastic apron that I bought at a teaching conference about 2 years ago. It is called a show and tell apron, and the lady who makes them all by hand is named Sandy. She's a doll, and I would like to show you my show and tell apron. I'm wearing it, so I've got to move the camera just a minute so you can see, and then I'll tell you how it works. So this is what the show and tell apron looks like. See if this will work. I was practicing a minute ago. See if you can still see me. Okay, so this is the show and tell apron. It's this sweet little apron that she sews, and it has 2 big pockets down at the bottom. I've got a Sharpie in it because I always have a Sharpie. And then 5 plastic pockets across the front. So the way that we teach our students to greet us is what we call the 4 H's. So I teach them, I'm gonna teach you the 4 H's. And the 4 H's are 4 different ways that it's appropriate for you to greet your teacher or your friends at school. So first way is to give them a high five. And so we'll practice, and I'll add that part to my apron. Can you see that? It's so cute. And then the second way that they can greet their friends is by shaking their hand. Hello, good to see you this morning. The third H is to give a hug. And I love the kids that choose this one because this is my love language. I like to hug people when I say hello to them. And the last way is for some of our kids just to wave and say hello. So we tell them that you can choose which of these 4 H's you'd like to use. So the first couple weeks of school, I actually wear this apron when I get them in the morning out of their cars, and I'll say, hello, little friend, little Johnny. And if they greet me naturally, then it's a non-issue. But if they look away or look shy, I'll say, would you like to pick one of the 4 H's? Which way would you like to greet me this morning? And they can just point to it. You know, I want to give you a high five, and I'll say, super, here's a high five. Or they might point to, I just want to wave, which is fine with me, so they just wave hello. For our students who struggle with language, this is a really nice visual for these are the 4 options for greeting somebody in the morning. So I love this little apron. It's like one of the best purchases. When I was chatting with Sandy about, I said I was gonna do this Facebook Live with her apron, is that okay? And she said, yes, I've been using it for that A-P-P-L-E Apple song that you sing to the tune of Bingo. So you can use it. And if you check out her website, I'll put a link up at the top when we're done, showandtellaprons.com. You can see all of the different ways, and she has some cute videos about how she uses it. So this is the show and tell apron that we use to teach them how to greet us in the morning. And then after they have this, after it's a routine, we'll actually take these pieces out and use it for something else. You could play the Heidi Wiggly Worm game in there or anything else. So to follow up with the apron, I've also written this little book, which is called How to Greet a Friend. It has the same images and graphics in it, and we share this book with them. It says, when we get to school in the morning, we need to greet our friends. I'll put a link for the apron up in the description, and I'll also drop a link to the Google Drive. You can just print these cards out for free. And it just kind of goes through and says, why we greet our friends. There's 4 different ways of greeting them. So I wrote this little book because I thought that it was nice as a reinforcement to the apron. If this one is for sale, the cards I'll put up as a link for free. This little greeting one is called the Greeting Routine on TPT on my site, and I think it's $3 or something to print, but you can completely edit all the words. So if it doesn't match exactly what you're teaching them, you can change it to suit your own needs. So that's how we teach our students to greet us. I love this sweet little apron. It's really nice. It's hard to see, but when you sit down, it's kind of above my, right on my stomach. And so even when I'm sitting in a chair at story time, I can still, they can still see it. So we could use it for retelling. We could use it for a song. It's a neat little tool to have here at the preschool classroom. So that's how we teach our students to greet us, using the 4 H's. Like I said again, I will put a link for the aprons up in the description of the video, and I will also drop a link to these little printable pictures on my Google Drive. So if you'd like to print them off even and put them on a ring, or use them as cue cards for your students, it will be just a free, just a link to my Google Drive. You can print them off for free. So that's how we teach our students to greet us in the mornings. I think that's about it. I told you it was going to be a quick one today. Tomorrow, Gemma is going to stay with me, and we are going to talk about how to understand your American friend or your British friend. Over the years, we've come up with a number of things that we say completely differently. Even 12 years later, we're still laughing about something that she'll say, and I'm like, what is that word? Or something that I'll say, and she says, that sounds so funny the way you say it. So we've got just like a fun little clip for you tomorrow about a translation guide from American to British English. And then I also had an idea. I did a little workshop last night. Hi everybody who was there last night. It's nice to see you. And the workshop was on resources that I use in my classroom, free online resources. And I had this thought last night that one of these resources I could definitely use with you on Facebook. So if you're signed up for my emails, you probably get them sort of regularly. They take a long time to write, and the email doesn't always get to you. Like half of them get dumped in spam. So I had this idea that we could try something new. If you would like to get occasional text messages from me that will let you know when we're going to be on Facebook Live, or if I have a link to a really great article or a link to a really great blog, I promise not to text you more than once a day, I promise. And if you don't like it, you can opt out. But I've set up this way that you can sign up for text messages from me. So we're gonna give it a try. We'll see how it goes. It's free. When you text it in, I will not see your phone number, and you will not see my phone number. It's just a way that I can text you sort of blindly, or not anonymously, because you'll see it's coming from me, but you won't be able to call me back on my phone number. And so I thought we'd give it a try. If you would like to receive text messages from me, I promise not more than once. I won't text you more than once a day, and only when I think it's something you can use. What you're going to want to do is on your cell phone, if you're in the US. I don't know if this will work. I don't think it'll work outside of the US. But you're going to text, this is the phone number, 81010. It's for Remind. So if you use Remind as a mom, and your kids are in the class, you can, it'll be the same thing. So you're going to text that number, and then the class group that I've set up for all of the online people is in the message of the text. You're going to text @play to LE. So it's 8 letters, @PLAYTOLE. So if you text this number with this message, it will add you to this little group that I have called Play to Learn Online. And I'll be able to just text you and say, hey, we're gonna be on Facebook Live in 5 minutes, talking about whatever it is that we've decided. If you prefer not to get those texts, or you start to get them and you think you don't want them, then all you have to do is it will have an opt-out option. Just delete yourself, and I promise you won't get anything else from me. So if you want to try that, we'll give it a shot. I think it will be more effective than email. You just text the number 81010, and then the message of the text is going to be @play2le. And that will just be a quick way for me to be able to be in touch with you. So I'm excited. Oh good, a few people said they're gonna sign up. We'll see how it works. It might be better than email. I think email's a little bit cumbersome sometimes. So. Okay, that's it from me this afternoon. Have fun playing and learning with your kids today. And Gemma and I will be back tomorrow to talk about British and English. How did I get this to show up right on the video? I printed it backwards. So this is the back of the page. Do you see? It's like printed completely backwards. Yeah. Because you see the snack is in a mirror image. So when I print stuff up to show you, I just print it flipped horizontally so it will show up correctly. All right, that's all. Have fun. Bye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.